if we look at the development of the fields like science and technology in Gupta period, we can found that it witnessed some remarkable growth and achievement in the fields of astronomy, mathematics, metallurgy, medicine, etc. Especially in the fields of mathematics, medicine, medicinal biology, and in astronomy, the Gupta period saw an unprecedented growth in the knowledge system, which not only increased and enlightened us regarding the theoretical facts and figures, but also in the applied field, it helped us to achieve certain great things. We will now review those things. Now, let us start with astronomy. Now, in the field of astronomy, the greatest scholar was Varahamihira. Now he was, you know already, that he was among the Navaratna of the Vikramaditya. He was one of the 9 jewels of the royal court. Now it was so justified because he has given significant contribution in the fields of astronomy during the Gupta period. And on a whole, we are indebted to him in the field of astronomy regarding the contribution of the Indian knowledge system in the vast ocean of astronomy. He has written a number of books, among them three are very important. First one is the compilation of the text Romaka Siddhanta. You can understand from the name that it was a compendium of compilation of the Roman concepts and understandings of the various astronomical and astrological ideas. And as you all know, we were so much influenced and inspired by the Greek and Roman ideas that even the Hora Shastra, the term itself, was taken from them, from the Greek term horoscope. Hora Shastra was taken by us. So first of all, he compiled the text called Romaka Siddhanta. Then he himself has authored a great book called Pancha Siddhantika. Pancha Siddhantika, you can understand from the name. Pancha means five, and Siddhantika means decisions on decisive notes. So a compilation of five different treatises which gave us further experiments and application of theoretical knowledge regarding the celestial phenomena, that is about the stars, the galaxy, and the other phenomena which were in the sky. And also he has authored another text that was known as Brihat Jataka. Now this was also fundamentally based on the astrological and astronomical ideas, but this was actually, you can say, it was a history or compilation of the development of the astronomical ideas in the Indian knowledge system. So it is basically, it was a history of the astronomical ideas, and in writing that he has given us valuable insights about contemporary society, culture, and various religious and spiritual ideas which were associated regarding the ideas of astronomy. So this is much important in terms of social and cultural history of the period. So let us revise again. He was a great astronomer and he has authored three texts. First one was the compilation of the Romaka Siddhanta text. Second one was the compilation of five treatises Pancha Siddhantaka or Pancha Siddhantika. You can use any of the terms. Pancha Siddhantaka is also right and Siddhantika is also. And the Brihat Jataka. So these are three most important texts authored by Varahamihira. Now, if we go to the field of mathematics, the greatest mathematician of the period was Aryabhatta. Now, Aryabhatta was, I mean, we can say in a sense that he was a pioneer of mathematics who reintroduced various concepts not only to the Indians but to the world as well. Why we are saying that? Because he is the one, it is believed that who has discovered the concept of zero or shunya, and Aryabhatta was the first person who probably used it both as a sign and as a numeral. Prior to him, some either used it as a sign, some used it as a numeral. So Aryabhatta was the first one who was able to use the concept zero both as a sign as well as a numeric or numeral. So with zero also the decimal system was developed through him. So these are the two fundamental contribution of Aryabhatta. Apart from that, in the fields of algebra and geometry, he has contributed significantly. The most important books or treatises written by him are Aryabhattiya or Aryabhattiyam and Arya Siddhanta, where he has discussed about this concept in detail. Now, not only the discovery of zero or introduction of the decimal system and its development, he also had an attempt to calculate the value of pi, which came near 3.14 or 22 by 7, as we all know today. So he also has given us a formula to calculate the value of this pi, which is an essential concept in the field of geometry. You all know that. Also, he has some significant contribution in terms of astronomy as well as in mathematics, that he has attempted and was successful in calculating the length of a solar year. The conception of a year based on the solar, the circumambulation of earth and sun together. Nowadays, what we are aware about the solar year. Prior to it in India, mostly the mixed calendar was used. In some cases, solar was used. In some cases, lunar was used because it has different purposes, mostly for the religious cases. Now, Aryabhatta have successfully calculated the length of the solar year, which almost was perfect as now it he probably calculated it around 362 or 3 something. So it was almost as perfect as now. Also, he has significant contributions in the field of trigonometry, and very importantly, he has also developed certain machines, complex machines like Chakrayantra, Golayantra and shadow devices, which has also contributed in the study of physics and optics as well. So he had a huge influence in the field of mathematics, astronomy and physics. Apart from Aryabhatta, another great mathematician was Brahmagupta. Now, he was both an astronomer and a mathematician. and he has a unique and immense contribution in the field of geometry. He has written two books, Brahma's Phuta Siddhanta and Khanda Khadyaka. In Brahma's Phuta Siddhanta, it is argued that even before Sir Isaac Newton, he has hinted about some concepts regarding the law of gravitation. Although it is debated that if this law of gravitation was directly given by him or mere hints were there, but no one can deny the fact that he was well aware about the conception of the gravitation. So this is a very important case for us, and also the Arab mathematicians were greatly inspired by him, who called him as a doyen of geometry and astronomy. And even in this text of Khandana Khadyaka, he has discussed in detail about the various celestial events like eclipses, the rise and the setting of the sun, the rotation of earth, and the planetary conjunctions. So Khandana Khadyaka is mostly about the astronomical studies. Now if we try to understand his contributions in geometry, he has a lot to give. For instance, the various concepts regarding cyclic quadrilaterals, the circumdiameters of triangles, etc. So mostly in cases of 2D geometry, he has a significant contribution. Also, just like Aryabhatta, he has given us some ideas about developing some complex semi-automatic and automatic devices, which also gives us an idea of perpetual motion. So also he had some significant contribution in the field of applied physics. So in field of mathematics, there were two doyens in the Gupta period. One was Aryabhatta and the second one was this Brahmagupta. Now, if we look at the development of metallurgy, the greatest example of metallurgical marvel was the Mehrauli pillar, which is in Delhi. Now, what is the feature of the pillar? That is, even after so many centuries, even almost after 15 long centuries, no rust has covered it. It is still rust free and it is still in a very great shape. So this shows the immense talent and the durability of the artifacts made by the craftsmen in those periods. Also, apart from iron, the Gupta period craftsmen also mastered the copper craftings. So they also marveled in the crafting and metallurgical operations on copper artifacts, and they were also popular for their durability. So this is a great example, the Mehrauli iron pillar. Remember that. Now, if we understand the development of medicines, now the most important development regarding the field of medicine was the development and advancement of the Ayurvedic medicine and the herbal medicine. And Gupta period, as scholars have identified, was the period when the concept of healing from inside was also introduced. So not only the physical fitness was taken care of, they also talked about the mental psychological as well as spiritual fitness. So this was a great contribution of the medicinal experts from that period. And also the concept of preventive healthcare, because we all know the famous proverb, prevention is better than cure. So the Gupta medicine specialists also proved that, and the concepts of vaccination and even some sort of surgery etc. were introduced in this period as well. Now, when we are talking about surgery, the great medicinal expert Sushruta in his text Sushruta Samhita has given vivid descriptions about how to do a surgery, what is a surgery, what are the instruments required for it, and what are the procedures for it. So it definitely gives us a very sophisticated system of medical and biological practices in the Gupta period. Also, Charaka Samhita was very popular in those period. People read them and started applying various ideas from it. Apart from Charaka and Sushruta's surgery and other formats, as we have already discussed, herbal medicinal remedies were extensively applied. So the use of herbs to cure people were there. Also, apart from Charaka and Sushruta, a famous disciple of Charaka, Bhagbhatta, became very popular for becoming a physician of the Ayurvedic system. He was a Ayurvedic doctor, and he had written two famous texts, Ashtanga Hridaya and Ashtanga Sangraha. Apart from it, there was Palakapya. He was a sage actually. He has done something very interesting thing. He has given us a very great treatise named Hasta Ayurveda. Now Hasti Ayurveda. What does it mean? Hasti means elephant. So he basically discussed about how to deal the physical ailments and problems of elephants and how to operate and diagnose and even use surgical operations for them. So this also in another sense provide us about the larger vision of the people in those area, and it also gives us the human animal ethics and psyche in those periods. So it requires much attention from the scholars to understand the real value of the text Hasta Ayurveda. Apart from that, there was legendary Ayurvedic scholar Dhanvantari, who is nowadays also considered as the god of Ayurveda. He became so popular in practicing Ayurvedic system of medicinal practices, he became a god in the eyes of the people. And apart from Dhanvantari, Palkapya, Bhagavatta and Charaka Sushruta, there was another one. There was a great scholar named Kashyapa. He was a physician who has given us a treatise which exclusively deals with the diseases regarding women, childbirth, and young children. So this was all about the Gupta period. Thank you.